Screwed Tube. How you guys doing today? Coming at you with just a little MGTOW, I guess is how you'd say it. MGTOW opinion, I guess. There's a movement going on, in case you're not familiar, called MGTOW, and I guess it stands for Men Going Their Own Way. And this is talking about a movement of guys, and I haven't done tons of research, I hear a lot of chatter about it. You know, guys who are basically saying that the system is rigged against them, and that at this point, because of, I'm paraphrasing, I'm going from memory, so in case, you know, any of you MGTOW purists are gonna get offended by what I'm saying, just know that I don't, you know, fully know what your guys' ambitions and stuff are. I'm just going from the layperson that's heard some things, so judge me on that standpoint. But seems like there's this movement of people that basically what MGTOW stands for is just men going their own way. They don't want to deal with females anymore, and I'm assuming they're not gay, so they wouldn't be just be gay either. So I'm assuming they're just gonna become asexual creatures and just swear off from any romantic relationship. That's what I've gathered, because there's so much quote unquote hassle that goes along with it, I suppose. And they're looking at it from a cost-benefit analysis perspective, which is like, you know, for what I have to deal with, is it worth it? Now, that's a very capitalistic, you capitalist pigs, a very capitalistic thing, a concept, right? That's what capitalists do. They look at every situation and they determine if, you know, through cost-benefit analysis or other various factors, whether it's worth it to be involved in something or not. So, I'm coming at you with the experience of just recently, within the last 6 months, leaving a 5+ year relationship. And I'm currently single right now. And I'm not dating right now. I am not MGTOW, did not know that existed or anything before I started kind of watching some of the people at the #Sticks Alliance. Some of them talk about it generally and express either pro or negative opinions about it. And that's cool. Talking about it is bringing up the issue as a whole, which is a good thing. And to me, I've had this opinion about stuff for quite some time. Not about the cost-benefit analysis. I've just seen a trend since I started following politics, and maybe before, with the attack on the family as a whole. Now, what I mean by that is they're attacking the family as a whole. Are they doing it specifically? Are they specifically targeting to do this on purpose? Or is it just more government incompetence and all that stuff? So, you know, inherent incompetence in government because they're wanting to cater to people's emotions. That's the main point of this video. Emotions. I see this primarily as a emotional versus reality walkthrough. Because most things, not everything, I don't want to judge, I don't want to be stereotypical, but the left primarily deals with emotions. They want to play your emotions off against you one way or the other all the time. That's primarily what they do. So it's nice and alluring that they've granted women the benefit of the doubt in almost every scenario possible. And they may be doing this because it's benefiting the alliance of women towards leftism. You know, let's get their backs so they all vote this one way. Now, I'm not saying that there was a plan to do that. I just think that's kind of what's going on, and it's not really being challenged at all. I see people that get more benefits out of this system if they have behaved a certain way, and or if they do certain things a certain way. And I don't want to exactly break that down, but I'm just saying in general, there is a system that has been set up for in the guise of helping women, okay? in the guise of supporting them. There's now this big benefit package that you might be on the receiving end of if you participate in certain activities. I'm trying to be vague about this, but I think you can see my point, that the government has facilitated socially engineering a program to prop up women potentially for votes. That's just kind of how the Democratic Party and the left tend to work on a majority of issues. They want to divide people. They want the single guy to go out of his way to pay for things that maybe he shouldn't. But anyways, I'm getting a little off topic. Some of these driving videos are hard because when I'm actually driving, I don't get to, it's more of just reactionary and stuff. But, I mean, MGTOW is just, it's interesting, and I'm glad that people are either talking about it or taking sides. It's not like, we should go all in for MGTOW or, talk smack about MGTOW. It should just be like, let's look at the situation, okay, and look at what some people choose to do, and look at what some other people choose to do, and look at what benefit packages or other things some people get for choosing to do certain activities versus what, like, the single man or the single woman would get, I guess. Because it's basically like, it's like, I feel like the government has, probably unintentionally, but through these social engineering programs of the ruse of let's help people, kind of constructed a system where if you're with somebody, it's better to have children and not get married. And if you're not with somebody, then you're on the paying end of all that. So what it's really like, it seems to be like, and this is a separate issue, government shouldn't even be involved in marriage. It should be between a person and another person and their God, whatever God that be. It should be a understanding between two people and their creator, or lack thereof. So what the government even has to do with marriage in the first place is baffling to me, unless they're only involved because of the tax or social engineering purposes of it. So that being said, some people that are not married, that are single, that mind themselves and do their own thing, they get punished by the people that may be married or may not be married and have kids and take certain participate within certain social programs. So the MGTOW case, just in a quick nutshell, looks to be interesting because people need to start talking about it more. I mean, I'm not one way or the other. Like, I always take that side. I'm always, like, just objective and skeptical, and I look at this argument and I look at that argument. I'd say, like, people, if you were a MGTOW guy, I'd say I understand your point of view. I may not agree with it, but I understand it. And I think it's important that you guys are voicing your opinion. So I'm glad the MGTOW community is out there. I guess we could say it like that. And I typically support this because it's just more free speech, more First Amendment stuff. So the anti-MGTOW people, I also support you too, because I think that the more people talking about this issue will be better for all of us. And I can understand all sides of the argument. So, I'm not pro or against. I just think it's an interesting argument, and I'm glad it's happening. And I don't see why government should be involved in marriage. I take basically the straight up Ron Paul assessment of it. As far as I know, I basically endorse his thoughts on marriage. And according to what I've researched, it's basically that marriage should be between two people and their creator, or lack thereof. Should be a bond, a contract through their combined humanity and with their creator if they choose. And that's all it should be. It shouldn't be that you get put into this tax bracket or that tax bracket or all these different rules. We're all free humans. We all need to subscribe to liberty and freedom. So to me, that doesn't make sense that one group of people should get played off against the other group of people. To me, it just seems like social justice, not social, that's a bad term. Social engineering would be the correct term. It's social engineering gerrymandering is what it is. We're giving these people benefits. We're taking these benefits away. It's just socialism light. It's communism light. It's using emotions to go after the gender who typically, I don't want to be stereotypical here, but typically women seem to go with their emotions, has been my analysis. I think that most men could say that. I think most women could admit that women tend to be more creatures of emotion than men do. Men will tend, and not all men are like this, and not all women are like this, but in a general sense, and I'm not trying to be stereotypical, but in a general sense, men would usually say that women use their emotions to deal with problems more than men use emotions to deal with their problems. Both of them do it. Both are guilty. To say that I've never used emotions to attempt to solve a problem or got emotional during a problem solving is a lie. I have. Everybody does it. But what I'm saying is, on a general sense, men tend to be the ones who would put aside emotions and use logic and reasoning to solve problems. So, in my opinion, looking at the whole thing, I see it through a paradigm of like the left and Democrat using socialism, and because they're the party that believes more in that than the other parties, they're using that to appeal to your emotions. I think that is the key to all of this MGTOW stuff as I see it. They're using your emotions to make you feel better, and then you'll vote that way, which is a total screw job in the end. Does that make sense to anybody? So, recapping, MGTOW people, you're cool. MGTOW haters, you're cool. The government demanding we are living these social economic programs, you're bad. You suck. Okay. The institution of marriage was started as far as I know, a religious moral contract. So that should stay that way, in my opinion. And so I don't know if there is really an argument that we should, why is the government involved? I guess that's my thing. And I've heard things before, but I guess I've never really cared enough to research it. But why is the government even involved at all in marriage? It's only because they have something to gain from it. It's not for your benefit. It's for their benefit. And it's for their benefit to be able to better control you and manipulate you. And that's kind of how I see it. I don't know if I'm right about any of this stuff. And I'm just a YouTuber that's trying to help the world by talking about problems. That's kind of like what I'm starting to do. Because I've researched this stuff for a long time. I just never have been, and I've been outspoken about it. And I've been kicked off of Facebook for it. Like I said in my last video. So I understand this. The more you try to kick us around, the more you try to censor us, the more you try to rip 100 subscribers off of people, the more you try to screw with everybody, you're going to lose. When in the course of human history has censorship ever worked? It doesn't. It only provides a reason for us to double down on everything we're talking about and kick your butt back 10 times harder. And I'm making a very valid effort not to swear in these videos. Because I don't want to be blocked. I don't even have AdSense. I'm never going to have ads. This is purely for political discourse to help fix our country, our broken, fractured country. So sorry for getting heated there. Sometimes I do. But I promise you that this channel will never take ads. And if you take ads, again, you're cool. I don't care. If you don't, you're cool. I don't care. But this channel ain't never having ads on it, and I'm going to try not to cuss and say inflammatory stuff as much as possible, because I'm trying to get through to everybody, because I'm trying to save the country. And that's what the common theme of the Sticks Alliance, or the First Amendment Alliance, as I've been calling it, because it's so much bigger than him. He's just, at this point, the figurehead, and damn it, he deserves credit for that. He's a good man, and you should support Sticks, Hex, and Hammer. But, besides the point, yeah, so that's my rant. I'm trying to fight my way through this. If I start swearing and stuff like I would be tempted to do, and I do talk in normal life like that, I don't want them to be able to drop my stuff off from, you know, not demonetize it, but restricted mode. I want to get through to 13-year-old kids who we can still get to, and I don't want them to click to another video because there's ads. Like, I'm here to wake people up. I'm here to start discourse. I'm here to talk about these issues that are affecting our country. And I appreciate this growing community of support, because now's the time where we're starting to identify who we are, and we're starting to really draw sides and really ally up with people that have the same kind of mindset, or at least understand and value free speech. These little communist, Antifa, whatever you want to call them, the opposite of wanting free humanity people, okay? They would rather smash the First Amendment into a billion pieces because of their emotional status. And that kind of goes back to what I'm saying. It's all emotion with these people. They don't take anything and look at it on any sort of cost-benefit analysis. It doesn't matter to them. The economy doesn't matter to them. Only their social justice warrior stuff matters to them. Confusing times, to say the least. And what's going to save us is not guns, which I fully support the Second Amendment. Obviously, I mean, I could not support the Constitution, Bill of Rights, and Declaration of Independence any more hardcore. All right, I would give my life for all three of them, for without a shadow of a doubt, to vault humanity, to get these tyrants off of our necks. All right, I'm going to do whatever it takes and whatever I can do to do that. But I'm going to try to be more professional. I'm going to try to use better language. I'm not going to try to drop F-bombs. I'm not going to try to use stuff that people can use against us, because at this point, they will use anything. Sticks, Hex, and Hammer 666 has 666 in his name. True, he obviously has 666 in his name, okay? He has history as a Satanist, or Luciferian, or pagan, or atheist, or something else. But I'll tell you something else. I've watched enough of him to know that he used to be a hardcore Christian. All right, and he said with his mother, they were, I believe, just saying for what I remember, I believe that they went on missionaries. He was so entrenched into the Christian religion that he was trying to help. He's a person that wants to help. So we stand by you, Sticks. The only reason I haven't made an official endorsement video for Sticks right now is because there's so much I have to say about him. I want to do like a 30-minute homage to how sweet that Sticks, Hex, and Hammer is. So, this started as a MGTOW video. It's obviously going in a different direction, but the point is that don't use emotions to solve social problems all the time. Sometimes maybe that's okay, but not all the time, not every time, not with every issue that there is. Let's just deal with them. How do we feel about this? Let's get emotional and let's cry about it, and then things will be better. No, that's not how things work, okay? If you want to get healthy, you want to get fit, you want a better body or whatever it is, you don't just get emotional about it. You get your butt to the gym and you fix yourself. I mean, it seems like it's so easy with all these people that are flaking out all over the place about, and it's just emotions. Their like religion is emotions. Everything is emotional. Like nothing can be sorted out with logic and reason. So, anyways, this is kind of going into a free-form rant, which I'm pretty good at, and I just haven't fully captured my YouTube spirit yet. So, we're getting there. We're getting there. So, join the fight. Find me on Twitter. I'm at Review the Earth. Find me on Twitter. I am at RTE Alliance, which is my own personal core of people that I am choosing to support and back. And I'll get closer as we vet these people. I'm in the process of vetting all Sticks people right now. I got 30 seconds left. At Sticks Alliance, STYX Alliance on Twitter too. I have 3 Twitters and I got 3 YouTubes. Same thing. Sticks Alliance, Review the Earth, and RTE Alliance, or RTE's First Amendment Alliance. I'm kind of switching names there, but get them all, subscribe to them all, listen to my content. I'm coming at you all 3D. And in the words of Sticks, again, I'm going to use it one more time and then quit. That's about all. Peace out.